Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. Right here on the YouTube and the Twitch. And also wherever you get audio. Hang on, that's not the ticker I wanted.
J-Bone, I feel like we're shedding co-hosts every show. Are we the only two left? Is it just us now?
This is my last. Actually, I was going to tell you this week. I'm handing it over to you, Mark, because this is my last one. I'm quitting. No, I'm kidding. Uncle Mark.
Whew. Yeah, no, I don't want to have to do all the things. You guys know I can't do that. I'm strictly here for eye candy.
All the that's what I said when I joined.
You had a full head of hair when you joined too, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah, we don't know. Sorry, guys, we don't know. Bill was here and then he vanished. Alicia it's first week of school. You know how that goes. There's Bill. So and then
there he is.
Yeah, and then Truck has a date with Mrs. Truck tonight. So
right.
We're a little bit shorthanded.
And Trent is still fired. So yes. How's everyone doing tonight?
Fantastic. Bill, everything good? Everything all right?
Good. Everything's good. Okay. Everything's squared away.
Excellent.
Oh,
good to have you back.
You took care of the thingy. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Man of mystery. He went silent, and then we were talking, and then we noticed Bill's on some kind of small miniature device to his ear, looked like a StarTAC maybe, but smaller. And yeah, exactly. and then he started looking real shifty-eyed like that dog in The Simpsons. And then all of a sudden his monitor went off, and we were like, okay, well, I guess we should probably go live.
Right.
All right. As long as everything's fine, Bill, you're not going to be raided by the FBI or anything strange like that while we're on the air.
That's hopefully the case.
Or the or the Men in Black. Well, yeah, and Trent was possibly going to be doing a late night show with Basil for the Backstage Boys. So we're going to try to keep this under 5 hours tonight.
Under 5 hours.
Well, hey, if you're a regular TNI listener, but you've never checked out Trent's show Backstage Boys, that's an easy lead-in for them. So come here for the impact, stay for the backstage.
And know we can do this at any time.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat.
Come on,
no problem.
Yeah, come on, we gotta go. We gotta start.
Simon Diamond, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. So this is Impact Wrestling fallout from Emergence, and which I sadly, for those that weren't on the live reaction, I keep wanting to saying watch along. It's really not a watch along. It's just a live reaction.
You can still call it a watch. You're there watching along with the audience and interacting. It's still a watch along for.
Well, yeah, it's just
all
not
intents and purposes.
It's just not a co-stream,
right?
Sadly. So, but most of our audience is up to date on that now. There's a couple people once in a while that trickle in, like, "Hey, where's the thing in the thing?" So yeah, it is what it is. I know that the YouTube audience for the insiders was very, very upset tonight because they were having
a little wonky.
Oh, beyond wonky. Yeah, a lot of streaming issues on YouTube, especially because apparently BTI never showed up.
It went out to lunch, or like in a rock band, and went to take a piss and never came back.
BTI became that the dad that left for cigarettes, and yeah.
Now it went the way of the scumbag on a milk carton somewhere.
Well, seeing the quick clip recap of BTI, I don't feel bad about missing it. I'm all right. So
it was fun. It was fun. And it
was good for J-Bone because of not seeing the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Emergence. I got one match in, and that's
J-Bone, you need to watch it before we're too far out and you just say fuck it. It's gonna be Wow Women of Wrestling Season 2, J-Bone. Wow Women of Wrestling. You better watch Emergence tonight, J-Bone. Tomorrow, I want to report tomorrow.
No, that's not happening. I got too much to do tomorrow. So
All right, I tried my best. He's never going to watch it.
I will watch it. Let's say I'll watch it somewhere over the course of the weekend. How about that? Is that good enough?
Sounds good.
Is that all right? All right. No, it does look like it was good. It does, and we got some highlights during BTI, along with the Iceman Intel and the Macklin Open Challenge, which was very interesting. Good stuff from Emergence, the stuff that I did see. I absolutely am all in on that Brian Myers Christian Cage match. I mean, that's some old school guys that used to work together. They were just, bringing up an old rivalry there. So that's pretty exciting. Or maybe they didn't have a rivalry before. Maybe I'm just making that up in my head. Sounded good, Two guys from a completely different universe meeting again, so it's just interesting. Iceman Intel for this one. Bay looks like Bay's off the hook for the attack on Juice Robinson, because that's all we got last week is he was attacked.
That's what he said. It wasn't Chris Bay himself.
Yeah, because he said, well, how could it do I have the wrong?
Looks right to me.
I already fixed it. Come on, guys.
You did? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, like that looks right to me.
I'm hearing pinging in my ear, and it's like it's Trent still. Trent's still trying to be here.
He's banned. He's banned from here.
Jay's like, I need to hit my straight vodka out of this bottle. Damn.
Right. Right.
Wait,
So,
J-Bone, hold on, wait. Before we do anything else,
shoot.
You are not in the anchor position, and I am way too high. Oh, wait, I mean, you know what I mean. I need to be down there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll switch that, and then we switch this.
Okay, now we're ready to rock.
We all
smooth,
good?
Smooth sailing from here on out. We saw this on Tuesday in practice, right?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Trent, you're not banned. We still love you, but
Banned in 48 states.
48 states.
Just the lower, the contiguous only.
Only continuous. Hawaii, he's good. Alaska, he can see his house from there.
We can see Nebraska? What? Never mind. All right.
I lived there.
You did?
I did. I lived in Nebraska.
All right.
It was cold.
Let's save that for an after dark sometime.
All right. Tell you about the shit I got up to in Nebraska. You know they have raves in cornfields. That's not a myth. That shit's true.
I hear they make other stuff out of corn too. Anyways, so Bay's off the hook for the attack on Juice Robinson because he even said, how could it be two places at once? So does that mean that the Bullet Club presence in Impact Wrestling is going to be growing? What do you guys think?
Sounds like it. I would say that's a distinct possibility, J-Ben. Because we know the Bullet Club that's not a solo act. You're not a lone wolf in the Bullet Club. You're a pack that rides together. So I would say that's a strong possibility. We're going to see more Bullet Club members.
Yeah.
The question are they already on the roster or are they not?
Could be some unfinished business from what we saw at Resurgence. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we definitely are. That hasn't. We know there's a lot of stuff brewing from New Japan, from pay-per-view to pay-per-view with the New Japan and the storylines with Impact Wrestling, and the Bullet Club. Definitely a big part of all of this. So Chris Bay is now he's the Impact representative of the Bullet Club, but that doesn't mean he's going to be the only one. But it is, so it's finesse.
Yeah. It's Finesse Club, baby. All right. So, and then we get the Open Challenge, the Macklin Open Challenge. Look at this guy has been in the company for 5 minutes and he's already
Open challenging people.
Open challenging.
He's like, "Don't you know who I am?" And everybody's
well,
like,
he just keeps showing up. That's his shtick.
Yeah.
He just
He's not even invited.
Matches. Yeah, he just shows up.
That's some balls. Seriously. I mean, the balls on this guy. I like it, though. I
mean, he's got the size to, kind of walk around and push people around and shit. So
yeah, it's like one day I showed up in TNI and just started doing open challenges, and they were like, "All right, shit, you can stay."
What would a podcasting open challenge look like? What would we do?
It's not pretty.
Would it involve baby oil?
I've seen that before. It's not pretty. No,
no.
Yeah, the last guy that came to anything Impact related with baby oil didn't end well, so let's let that one go.
Yeah, that's oof. Yeah, he's still trying to scratch and claw his way back into the biz. But yeah, so the crowd, as Trent here says, a crowd was really giving it to Macklin tonight. Macklin stood in the ring for at least a minute tonight, holding that microphone, just looking around, and the crowd was just killing him. Just killing him with boos, which is good.
Yeah, he's getting a reaction.
It's good. Yeah, he's getting He's getting the appropriate reaction. And I said this to Bill during the watch along. I'm like, if he was just standing there and the crowd was dead, we'd be in trouble. But they are verbally, physically responding to him. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah. It means they're doing something right with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him. I wouldn't boo him. I'd be like, "Yay, Macklin!" And there's some big, hairy, smelly dude next to me, and be like, "Shut up!" Some dude that looked like Doring, something.
Trent says he saw Bill flipping Macklin off. I'd be flipping Macklin off too. I got your back, Bill.
I don't think I was flipping Macklin off.
Did you flip Macklin off, Bill?
Bill's fearless.
I don't think you could have seen me in there, but I'm not one. I don't have to resort to flipping off. I can do other things.
Was that the show you were like way at the back, Bill?
Yeah.
Flight and stuff?
Yeah, because then you can get away with pretty much anything. If you're hiding behind, everybody, Bill, he'd be like,
hold me back, J-Bone.
Yeah, exactly. And security just looking at you, be like, what the hell did Bill bring his flask in tonight?
Yeah, the chat's behind you too, Bill.
Oh man. So Macklin offers the open challenge. So that was the big question: is who's going to come out? Are we going to get a debut? Are we going to get another X Division guy? What are we getting?
You know what we're going to get? One thing.
Turn that frown upside down, my man.
We got TJP. Someone in the chat.
Sad night in Whoville.
A sad night in Whoville. So I was like, all right. So, he's got this beef with Petey Williams, veteran.
Happy birthday, Petey Williams.
It's birthday.
Happy birthday,
nice.
Petey.
Little Petey Pump.
Fellow podcaster. Guy thinks he's a podcaster now. I'm just kidding. I love him. So TJP comes out, and so this is the they kept saying this all throughout the show. It's the return of TJP. I'm like, shit, he wasn't gone that long.
Not long enough.
We really go. I'm like, can we really call it a return? He was gone for a cup of coffee. Did you see the match, Mark, or did you see any of the BTI stuff?
Nothing.
You missed it?
Yeah,
you missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No J-Bone news. Sorry.
All right. Well, here's Mark's reaction to this match.
Yeah, this is horrible.
That probably would have been my reaction to the match. To be fair, Bill's probably right.
Like, who picked this guy? Who sent out this guy?
I'm hoping that they just sacrificed TJP to the wood chipper, but I'm guessing maybe it didn't go that way. I don't know. You guys tell me.
It was a good match. Macklin won. So this is just a very interesting journey that Macklin is on. He's going through people. The thing is, he won by what was it? He won by DQ, right?
Well, Macklin was going to use the steel chair on TJP. But then Petey came out for the save. But then Petey used the chair, causing TJP to take the loss.
Yeah.
So Macklin's undefeated, and now there's a little rift now between little Petey Pump and TJP. Because come on, it's like, what? Come on, TJP. You knew he was there to help you, but no, TJP's like, oh no, you cost me a win, man.
So, no fake wrestling news tonight. No, because we got a late start, and we know that Trent wants to do something after this, so we're trying to keep it moving. So if even if that is still happening, Trent.
Look at this. Look at fella. He's just trying to get everyone riled up. TJP is Mark's favorite wrestler, like CM Punk is for Bill.
I can't tell if we're being insulted or not, Bill.
Come on.
Those are a couple of our favorites.
I mean, that cult of personality is pretty good. He spent a little time in Milwaukee last night.
Good for you.
I was literally sitting on that too. That is uncanny. That's a good. I love that song. Seeing it a couple times now as an entrance, it's a good fucking entrance song too. I like it a lot. Anyways, that's another show.
Cult of personality.
Yeah, it's a really good entrance song.
It's iconic. It's iconic. All right,
I like it.
Enough about that guy. So that's BTI. Nice highlights from Emergence. I appreciated that, and they're furthering this slow X Division build of Macklin. I appreciate this. This is good, and also building on his heel character too. And the crowd responded in
X Division Macklin.
Yes,
King of the X Division. We need that mid card men's title. Come on.
Well, we do, especially if we got guys like especially if we're going to be Braun for Glory. Am I right?
Yeah, it's going to be
That's how you're touching all the J-Bone news here.
Doring versus Willie Morrissey for the X Division title.
And who knows? That might be distributed in anywhere in the country. Who knows? Glenn Asper told me.
What's with all the skunk emojis, Mayor? Gee, I mean,
because
God.
I think Trent said CM Skunk.
Yeah. He said no. Trent said CM Junk.
Dude, they are still talking about these dudes in the chat.
I know. Yeah. It's like I bring it up once and the chat just explodes with it. There's not a lot of gray. It's either love or hate. Most of it's hate, but that's okay. I'll take it. I'll be the one guy.
I'm a neutral.
I'll be
don't start crying, J-Bone.
I'll make you.
I'm a neutral.
I did that last week. Leave me alone. All right.
Hey, wait. Tommy Dreamer might fly out the Bound for Glory.
Dude, let's get to the Tommy Dreamer segment. Oh my. Let's get there.
We got some time. We got some time before we get there.
Oh man.
We're not going to cover it all tonight.
Oh yeah. We can't forget Zero Cool's bringing it up. Petey did a destroyer on Macklin to DQ DJP.
Yes.
Oh, whoa!
Possibly the worst looking.
Was it bad?
Canadian destroyer. Yeah, it was. It was just if Macklin just maybe never took one before. I don't know, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. But it was not a pretty Canadian destroyer. Like most of the ones we see from Petey Williams is like, oh my god, nobody does it better. Well. In this case, I've seen better. So go watch it.
And then just to put that a little period on TJP, critical thing's right. How universally over would TJP be if there was no Twitter? Because there are sort of wrestlers, and he probably his boos come from most of there because his wrestling is pretty darn good. But there you go.
That about sums up TJP. Let's never speak of his lame ass again.
Once again, touching on J-Bone news, that will put a little
period
on that segment, and he did file a trademark for merch in his name. So, Monty Brown, baby.
It was very interesting that the flashback highlight of the week, or whatever the hell they call it, was Christian Cage defending his NWA title against Monty Brown. I was like, wow, that is pretty cool.
It sent my boner meter into overdrive thinking about them teasing Monty in the possibility of that. That would be fucking sweet. I know we all want it.
I have seen that penis.
The penis. Yes. Well, we know Monty is at least he sees people that wrestle on Impact regularly, right? Like in his shoot life and these guys. Yeah, they see him at the gym, and so you never know, man. Like keep your fingers crossed for some alpha male.
That'd be pretty nice. Just keep your mushroom off camera. All right. Behave yourself down there. I don't want to have to fire your ass too.
Damn, you'd be running solo, man. We were a 2-man booth when we started. Shit, you had me sweating.
All right, so we starting off hot here. I thought this was going to be the main event. I was really shocked that this was the opener, but not complaining. So this is fallout from Emergence. We get Sabin 1-on-1 against Sami Callihan. First time here, folks. First time ever. Kind of funny. You don't see a lot of first times anymore, especially with these guys. This was pretty fun. Sabin gets the win on this one. Let's talk about this, and then we'll talk about what happens afterward. Your guys' thoughts on Sabin versus Callihan?
Chris Sabin. Well, you can't say enough about Chris Sabin here.
He's on a roll.
He is on a roll. I said it last time. He's looking better now than I think he's ever looked. I think he's wrestling the best he's ever has in Impact, at least during his time as a solo wrestler. And he was a former world champion here, and he's on the top of his game. Saying how old he is, the injuries, it's unbelievable what he does. That guy's a freak of nature. So he doesn't have a bad match anymore. And with Moose, with Sammy, like almost again, these guys usually have pretty good matches as well. But Chris Sabin's right at the top there. To split up the tag team and for him just to be seamless as a singles wrestler, just going into whatever they want him to do, and the character he's showing now, it's fantastic. I'm enjoying this Sabin run.
Yeah, I think we were both in agreement last week. This is awesome run from Sabin. His comedy, his timing, his character. The only comment I have on this is poor Chris Sabin. He's becoming known as being like the chop sponge. That's like his spot now. That fucking sucks, man. I'm sorry for Chris Sabin. Like
he takes a good chop, man.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Some people can't take a shot.
That sucks to be known for that. Fuck. Pretend you don't know how to do it, man. Come on, now you got to take these all the time, and then Sammy's wearing a vest, so that shit's not fair. It's like Sabin's gonna get fucked over by these chops, man.
It's good beatings.
Oh God, I hope Sabin never has to face that man right there and take a chop from him.
Yeah. I get excited just thinking about chopping them. Sabin.
Freaking terrifying. Get out of here, Dory. So please tell Dory he's got to trim his nose hairs next time. Jimmy's Christmas.
A lot of love for Sabin in the chat too.
Yeah, Sabin's good. And look, and so whoever put Trent in a timeout in the chat, please don't do that. I mean, I don't know who's
a 30-second take.
Are you serious?
Someone
was he trolling the chat?
Are you serious?
I don't know.
I'll be damned. He is gone.
I was trying to ignore him, but apparently I don't have to anymore because now he's just gone.
Is this like a you smelt it, you dealt it situation, J-Mo?
I'm just trying to keep the train off on the tracks. I did not do it, but seriously, I mean, be nice to Trent. I didn't really fire him. It's just all
a critical stink, being real.
Critical stink. You better not.
Well, I think he's just saying there's only a couple.
Ooh, man, we have a mystery tonight. I love it. If you're in Twitch chat, you should hop over into YouTube chat where Trent was and help us solve this mystery.
Truck
actually,
says,
everyone, if I can, real quickly, double window, Twitch and YouTube. We want you watching on both platforms, please. Thank you.
Just like the reaction show. Watch on Access. Watch on YouTube. Watch on.
There you go. And smash that like button. Smash that sub button. You can cheer bits. You can do the super chat thingy on the YouTube now. So however you want to help support the show, it's all appreciated. It's all love. We appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we continue with the Saban love. We're moving on now. Now, what happened at the end?
Yeah, what happens? Something happens at the end here.
Yes, I was getting to that.
In my ass.
Yeah, that guy, only not quite as vulgar. Jiminy Christmas. Moose attacks and just starts taking out people.
Not in a pleasant way.
No, just brutal. And then, shocker of all shockers, and I forgot why, but Eddie Edwards comes and helps with the Moose attack. And Callahan is not feeling this. Number one, I'm really glad Moose did this because it still means he's got at least half a testicle left on the roster. Because he's not on a roll. He's on a roll, but he's not on a good one. So your thoughts on Moose's attack and then Eddie Edwards helping even the odds on this one? What do you guys think?
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I mean, I'm still in line with the Raven Tommy Dreamer classic storyline going on here, and I think that's what they're angling for. So now it's a 1-for-1. I'm guessing we're going to now see them tag again. I think they're going to try and continue this and keep these guys together, forced together as a tag team. I'm here for this. The segment was awkward to me. I'm not sure why. Like, I like everybody involved here, and I like this storyline, but I'm not sure what it was that didn't click for me here in the ring. But that's all I got on this.
No, I think this was definitely it. You see, there's this. Are they friends? Are they not friends? How can they work together or not, Sammy and Eddie? But that's going to be the storyline going forward. They're going to always be linked together as long as they're in the company together. So I'm definitely waiting to see where that comes from, where it goes. Chris Sabin being in here, Moose still in the main event picture. I think this is good. It allows them some time to flesh this out a little bit more and see where we go in the Bound for Glory.
Yeah, it's helping them define the guy, I think, keeping them all together.
Yeah, because right now, who will jump out from this grouping to challenge Chris Cage?
See, I still think of, people are like throwing up an X when they do that shit.
Because I do both. I throw up the X often too, but I throw up the C's.
That's another brand.
No, not that X. X Division. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of the
not that X. I don't throw that up. Come on.
Okay. I thought you meant X, like from the classic Asylum days in the X Division.
Yeah.
The man called X.
Division.
No, the man called X.
Oh. The man who's missing from Ring of Honor TV, PCO.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Oh,
I have no clue.
Don't know. Oh.
I saw him on an interview recently in Montreal, like I don't know, a week ago or something.
Yeah, maybe he's stuck up there. I don't know. Got to check it out.
Could be, maybe.
Blame Canada.
Yes, right. The sold out set. Mike Tenay. A lot of Vegas connections. Bound for Glory. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah, that didn't take long, hey? Sold another card set in a matter of hours.
Keep producing those card sets, man. They sell.
Yeah. So, so Moose attacks, Eddie Edwards evens odds. Now I know what we get. I didn't write down it happening, so I'm just going to cover it now. Excuse me. Edwards runs into Sammy in the back later, and these two are still clearly at odds. So there's a lot of that going on in this show. it's very
Well,
interesting.
I know, J-Bo, you love that Sammy was flipping the bird, which Trent accused me of doing to Sammy on the way out. But Sammy was giving Eddie the bird on the way out.
Right.
Well, we know how he really feels about Sammy. Sammy and Eddie, they're buddies.
Look at this dumbass.
Oh yeah, clearly. Where do you see this going? I mean, is this really going to end up?
Thank you,
Lakers!
Super
Lakers the fucking
sticker!
man.
Hey,
Thank you, Lakers.
thank
Super
you.
chat for Total
Hell
Nonstop
yeah.
Impact podcast is awesome, and we think you're fucking awesome, Lakers.
Thank you. So that means that Lakers is in the lead with $5. So
Pick a soundbite, Lakers.
there you go. Lakers buying lunch. $5.
Hey, dollar
What?
dog night at the ball game. Look at all you
$5.
like Kings.
I'll take the $5 footlong. Thank you very much. Much love, dude. All right, where are we here? Okay,
We're
so
backstage with Taylor Wilde and say her name, right, J-Bo?
Mean.
Bean. Woo! By God. Gia Miller. Oh, did I hit that right? All right.
You hit the nets.
So yeah, great to see Taylor Wilde. She's really feels like she's really coming into her own. I mean, she had a hell of a night. Did not end well for her. But Gia's
She's
asked
another
her,
one. She went to the Chris Sabin Fountain of Youth. And like maybe Sabin, it's the injuries that really have prolonged them to this, which that doesn't work for a lot of people. You get injured, you never get it back, but not a lot of tread on the tires. And that's the same thing with Taylor. She took years off, but it's like, did she? Like was she working dark matches at her house all these years?
Yeah, no rust.
yeah,
No
Crazy.
rust. She looks
yeah,
great.
and she's absolutely looks very happy to be there, and represent this brand and bring some old school knockout action to the fold. So yeah, she is like, what's up with the 3-on-1? And she's like, well, they're all going to attack me, so might as well just have a match that way.
There you go.
Now, if I was Taylor Wilde, I would have brought along a little backup, but luckily later we see what happens with that.
Well, yeah, because you got Madison Rain, 5-time knockout champion.
Yeah.
Tennille, come on, the influencer.
Yeah.
Caleb with a K, best photographer in Impact. But
Damn, some shade from Bill on Caleb with a K.
Caleb, you
Shit.
should have heard me during the watch along. I said Caleb with a K looks like a reject from Thunder from Down Under. It's like, damn.
Dude,
Come
it's bad.
on.
Joel
Poor
Gertner,
Caleb.
right.
With the pink hair and a sparkly
Suicide would
trunks,
never be seen
neck-
looking like that.
the neck brace and the bow tie. I'm like, man, it's like something that came out of Chris Farley's Nightmares. Jiminy Christmas.
It's not every show we get a Joel Gertner reference. I'm gonna shout that out. That's pretty badass. All right.
I think there might be some coming weeks where me and Caleb might get into it at ringside. We'll see.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
All right.
Hopefully they get that on camera.
And I didn't feel like I was really going after him. I think he was instigating with me.
Oh, that's just good shit.
Sure.
But I can't let that stand.
Oof. Get him. And we got Mickie James in the ring looking great. I don't know where she pulled that leopard bodysuit out from.
I think Shania Twain may have worn that in a 90s video.
Oh, I was thinking even way back further with that, with the leopard stuff. Something straight out of the disco era, Studio 54 shit. I don't know.
Should we call Glenn?
What's that?
Should we call Glenn Goberti?
Yeah. He knows all about that, doesn't he? So, Mickey's talking about the show coming up for NWA, and we get a couple ads during the show as well, promoting that. That's this coming weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. Empower Saturday.
Empower Saturday.
And if you don't know after this show, they advertise it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really not
Yeah.
paying attention.
The anniversary show is on Sunday. So Oh my God, this right here. Someone call the Impact Police. Look at this. Caleb stole my hair dye. That's the truth, Violet. I've seen some of your pictures on the Instanet. It's got some.
Oh, whoa,
you got
boy.
You got some wild hair there. Love it. Bell's boy.
Okay, Bill, you do it.
All right.
There it is.
Bell's boy with the
thank you,
$10
Bells.
tip. Thank you, Bell's boy.
Bells.
Much love.
That's more to
Big
the tip.
love.
That's the whole thing. Thank you, Bell's boy.
Woo, we're getting kolaches tomorrow. Oh, I mean donuts. I don't know what kolaches are if you're not down here.
That sounds way too fancy.
Kolache?
Nah, it's sausage. It's shit inside of a pastry. It's delicious. Warm breakfast, hot breakfast and a pastry.
Wait, say that again. It's a what?
Hot breakfast and a pastry. So like diced ham and Swiss cheese, or eggs and potatoes, or sausage and jalapeno and cheese inside of like any kind of like a baked pastry type bread.
So it's a take on a breakfast burrito.
No.
Oh, you're talking all these other foods. Mikey here is saying we had a hot dog together in the janitor's room.
Wait a minute. What? Bill, do tell more of this. Wait, this is clearly an After Dark story. Clearly an After Dark story.
So, Bell's boy, if you want to, because I don't think Lakers asked for a bite, but Bell's boy, if you like a bite, let me know.
I'll give you a bite.
Bite of that hot dog.
Man, this ain't no live from Critical Sting. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but that's tough to sell the show with Tyrus as a champion.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that.
Dude,
all my homies hate Tyrus. You suck, Tyrus.
Yeah, that is not a draw in my personal podcasting opinion. There I go.
That's like a 5,000 thumbs down.
Just Mickey, Deanna.
Oh yeah, that's the selling.
Focus on that. So for the other one, I don't know. Well, James Storm, the Cowboys.
And Power looks great.
Oh, and Power looks good, but the
Power looks great.
The other one,
put
a lot into James Storm.
It's a rerun of the last one, so it's not a draw for me. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, Storm's got a title shot too, though, which is nice. But it's the belt he's already held. He held that belt right before the pandemic, I think. So, anyways, that's that other show.
Well, then he'll get it back. All right, good for him.
Yeah, we like James Storm.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Oh, good for you. All right, we continue. So Mickey James squabbling with Deanna in the ring. They start brawling. It's building up their stuff to the show this weekend at Empower. It's definitely one of the draws for fans like us, So I don't know if I'm going to have the time to watch it. We'll talk about that off camera. I don't know if anybody of us had any plans. Bill, are you going to that this weekend or no?
I am not.
No,
you're not.
I'm surprised you're not going to that.
No,
somebody check Bill. Bill, you okay?
Yeah. Is that really Bill?
No, I did think about it, and the tickets went on sale before any of the Impact relationship was announced. If the Impact relationship was announced, I may have. So by the time that was announced, me. If it's not front row, it's not for me.
Bill's not going to go standing back in the cheap seats, having hot dogs in the janitor's closet, whatever the fuck that.
But like Empower would have been intriguing, but I would have wanted to stay for the whole thing because there's the pay-per-view the next day, and I think they're doing TV 2 days after that. So that would have been a whole ordeal. But with possibly you got Bound for Glory, possibly tapings, then you got wherever they're going to go in maybe November. But I gotta keep those options open. So maybe if it was another time I would have, but I thought about it. I'm not gonna say I didn't think about it.
It's not right around the corner from you either. That's
my first time actually at the Asylum was for the NWA 70th anniversary show. It wasn't even for Impact. I went to Homecoming 3 months later.
And then they tore it down, right?
And then they tore it down.
Oh.
Bill shows up and they were like, we're done here. That's it. That's the final Impact piece of the puzzle we needed in this building. Like there's front row Bill. We're done.
But hey, because I'm going to a concert tomorrow, so I still could have done that, but it would have been a tight fit going to St. Louis on Saturday. But instead I'm going to the farmers market. Trip Dub A.
So let me guess, at your farm market this weekend, it's like Hogan versus like Flair. Who's at your local
They
farmers?
wish.
They wish they could run your local farmers market.
That's right. No big names. Local names that I like will be there. Slayer, love Slayer. May have seen him on some of those Jersey Championship Wrestling with GCW. He had a match against Joey Janela.
I thought Slayer had their last tour a couple of years ago.
That's right. J-Bone.
I like Joey Janela, so if that match is online, there's a possible chance I could have seen this guy at some point.
Yes. I think you were watching the beginning of it because I was talking about it when I was there.
Oh, was it the show that Tasha was at? I saw that show. Yeah. I watched that whole show. Yeah.
So
there was an intergender match on that show too. Yeah.
So Slayer was in like the second or third, the last match against Janela. So he'll be there, and Matt Cardona will be at the same promotion in September.
At the farmers market. That blows my mind. Like that's fucking nuts. We have my local also. They run a VFW normally, and then they run what's similar to a farmers market, but it's like a trading festival type flea market thing. But it's strictly local. I don't know how your farmers market is pulling Matt Cardona. That's nuts. Apparently Jersey's where it's at. What are you looking at, Bill?
Oh no, Zach's trying to get me to get the show the ink, the Sammy ink. Got
you gotta get your arm up.
There we go. Yeah. Had the wrong arm.
What's happening right now?
He's trying to line up with the picture.
Bill's forehead's really huge. Bill, you're freaking me. What?
There you go.
It's like a bad dream, Duncan. All right.
Oh, they got Matthew Palmer working at security at Empower Palmer?
Oh, get out of here. Yeah. He might be there, honestly.
Jeez. He's going to do it all for a hot dog and a handshake.
Hot dog and a handshake.
So next we got Brian Myers and Sam Beal in the back. Brian Myers instructing Sam Beal on how to cut up a shirt properly for when you're wearing it out to the audience. But
yeah, you might want to put that one in the burn book.
Brian is not world champ, Bill. No,
Sam keeps reminding him of that.
Yeah, he does. He's like, well, I thought you were going to teach me on how to deal with a loss for the world championship or something like that. Brian not happy with Sam Beal. The best thing about this is, he's cutting up the shirt. Christian on my world champ. I love those. He's cutting up the shirt, and then the best part of this was Brian Myers showing up. He's like, yeah, when you cut the sleeve off, and with the sleeve, you get an instant headband. So
my favorite part was the big Stevie Cool name drop from Beal. That was my favorite part.
with the crop top. Yeah. That was great. With the impact shirt and whatever. Yeah. That was good stuff. What was that last sign, Bill? Heart
Brian Myers.
Heart Brian Myers.
Yeah. These two guys.
We heart Brian Myers.
Yeah, these two guys continue to kill it. I really like these guys together. They're great. Sam Beal.
He's killing it.
Oh, the Beal. I need to get Beal's autograph. He was actually here in town last weekend, and I
autograph
could not go.
Practice. Oh, and you got that one. You got 3 signatures from Sam Beal.
Bill's he's gonna cut them up, and then we'll see him on eBay.
Never.
You cut them up and you put them on a Brian Myers 8x10. All right. So yeah, this is good stuff. All good stuff from Brian Myers and Sam Beal. I mean, they're really building up Sam Beal. I'm digging this.
More and more natural on the mic and everything. So
yeah, he is improving. He is improving. I mean, it's awkward as hell, but it's.
The segment ends with how do they word it? That he's gonna possibly go find people.
Oh yeah, he said. What did they say? What's that called? When you're trying to do tryouts or a casting call or something?
Casting call, yeah.
Casting call.
So it looks like Sam might be in charge of the casting call.
Oh boy. Ooh. Is this
that's gonna lead to J-Bone going crazy.
Jiminy Christmas. absolutely. So does that mean that they're going to find more people for Brian Myers to teach, like Sam Beal, or
Maybe.
I think so.
wow, Posse O Myers,
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's been a bangorama.
or
Although, Guillermo's
you know,
right. They never work out.
Brian Myers. Well, it depends on what end you're talking about. Brian Myers used to be part of a very significant team back some years ago. What was he called? He was called an Edgehead. So are we gonna like?
I thought you were talking about his former tag team title run in the company with Trevor Lee.
No.
The 1 week title run. Weren't those the GFW belts?
They were the title belts of the promotion at the time.
Right.
Do we not recognize Eli Drake as champion either?
No. Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I could picture them making some kind of stable around Brian Myers. I could see them doing that. I don't know who they'd get, but we'll see. I'm here for it because this is very entertaining, and this is how you build new stars. You know, whether it's a comedic thing or legit. You know, it's all work. It's all good.
Oh,
you know?
All the work they've been doing with Sam Beal has been fantastic. The kid's already, way further than he was 3 months ago, 6 months ago. He's come so far. He's doing a great job. Love that dude. Every time I see Sam Beal on screen, I know I'm in for some laughs.
Hold on, wait.
He's perfection, baby.
I think we got the first person on the casting call.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if he's ready.
You guys swing?
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. No.
Oh, wait.
That'd be one terrifying casting call.
There was someone else in the room that also wants in.
It ain't no secret. I need a job.
Oh my God. Is that how he comes back? Poor son of a bitch. All right. So, oh God, that couch is gonna get a workover. So now we got Chris Bay versus David Finlay, and I'm actually gonna watch this one back because we were doing a watch along. You're distracted. You're not constantly watching the match. You're looking at the chat. You're doing other stuff. But I'm going to rewatch this one back. But for what I saw of this one, it's match of the night in my opinion. What do you guys think of Chris Bay versus David Finlay in this continuing feud?
Chris Bay's he's right now at the top of his game. The Bullet Club run. The rub from it now is not hurting him at all. But he came in over at the return, the Slammiversary set, and he's more over now. And now with the storyline behind him for the Finesse Club, Bullet Club, really he's and the injury to Juice, David Finlay, which is great to have. Still,
wait, Juice is injured for real?
Well,
or just in the storyline? You mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he got taken out. That's all.
You just mean the mystery injury. Okay.
The mystery.
Okay. My bad.
But
yeah,
we still got David Finlay. Like that could have been a way to write Finjuice off TV. But it was we still got David Finlay here, who just had a great match with Jay White in New Japan, and now to get that big win over David Finlay, that's a big win for Chris Bay right there.
Yeah, this was a fantastic match. I really like David Finlay. We all know we love Chris Bay. He's our dude too, and he's bound for the top for glory. I almost said he is bound for glory too, as well. But David Finlay, I'm very glad that exactly what you just said, Bill, is happening. That we didn't lose him too. I hope he's sticking around for however long, for whatever reason. I want Finjuice as part of the unofficial, official Impact roster.
I think we can almost guarantee him through Bound for Glory.
Finley or Finn Juice together.
Yeah, New Japan is advertised for Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
They've been here this whole time pretty much. I can't imagine they're going anywhere. One of the benefits of the crazy world we're in right now is the issues with Japan with their talent going back and forth. So they're stuck in the States. They're doing their own brand, but they don't do they're like Impact. They only film like every month. So that leaves plenty of availability for them to work these tapings. Although for some reason, they usually film very close together.
Well, that's been the benefit too, not the benefit, but if not for COVID, I don't think you would see this tight of a working relationship between Impact and New Japan.
That would force people to make maybe look back, but still kudos, because obviously Scott D'Amore and company really work these relationships.
Yes, absolutely.
Happen. But if there weren't circumstances to allow it, it probably doesn't.
Yeah, and probably not at this level, and it was probably expedited by need rather than
same thing with NWA, same thing with AEW.
Exactly. I was going to say that same thing especially with Billy, who's been very vocal about the stick up his butt. So clearly,
it seems like Mickey really was the one that moved this along, because she obviously her husband's in NWA, so there was going to be something there. But it's like, I want to do stuff with Impact too, so it kind of made it happen. It's like you need something, you need to work with them because it ain't going to work without it.
Well,
and that includes Gail working, because Gail's working on the show with her too. So can't forget Gail; she's a big influence on all this.
Absolutely. Well, and that's why she was pivotal and vital to Mickey. What Mickey's doing now, she wasn't going to pull all this female talent at the top level without Impact involved somehow. For those on audio,
know about our podcast.
Skull says, "I joined in, and the first thing I hear is stick
and
up."
That's
his
why
butt.
we want to go number one in your country.
That's right. Wherever country you're in, we want to be number one. We hit number 31 in Saudi Arabia last week. Thank you, Saudi Arabia. We love you guys. We want to be number 31 or higher in your country too.
So spread the word.
Don't spread the cheeks. Spread the word.
Spread them both.
Jiminy Christmas.
Compose yourself, Jake.
So before we continue on to the next thing, if Bay gets some kind of company in his Impact version of the Bullet Club, who would you put with him? Assuming it's someone maybe from the Strong brand who's local. Did I say local, like in the States? Who would you, or, it doesn't really matter. We could be getting someone from overseas soon, depending on how things are going. But who would you guys throw in there? And in the chat, too. Let me know.
Wondering why I'm sus from a person I've never seen before in the chat. I don't know.
What is sus?
Well, here's
suspect. Apparently, I'm up to something, which is actually possibly true. Yes.
God? No, not God. Gorillas of Destiny. I think that's a good option because we know they have built-in heat with the Good Brothers already.
Yeah, and it's a good way to bring them in if they're going to. I know you want to say, you said you want to see Finley and Juice stick around, but if they do write them off again, that'd be an interesting way to do it, and then move them on to the Good Brothers.
And I'll tell you, this is not a bad, if you're going on in roster right now, Steve Macklin, not a bad suggestion.
Oh, yeah. Tough guy, Steve
Macklin. Guy. He seems like a guy that would be in the Bullet Club. Just a badass. He has that type. Or Joe Doring. Anybody from Violent by Design.
a muscle guy that would work with Chris Bay because he's clearly bigger. Not a knock on Chris Bay, but
and keeps right too. The dude, although he's probably more, he'd have to be the leader of the club, and that's Morrissey because he's more than just a heavy. That dude's just a monster.
Yeah, that's true. That's certainly a good way to keep him around.
Oh yeah, and here people with connections to Impacts, they've both been here. The Bone Soldier, Ishimori, and El Fantasma, who had that brief run, but both of them would be. I'd love to see both of them back.
Oh yeah, Bone Soldier or ELP, absolutely. Yeah, that was one guy that I wish would have stuck around a lot longer.
Yeah, if you could have like an Impact Bullet Club with
both,
like Jay White, Chris Bay, the Bone Soldier, and El Phantasmo, that'd be a pretty cool Bullet Club.
Oh, keep them around for like a couple
Destiny.
sets of tapings.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh,
It'd be too sweet.
That'd be insane. I'd be all for it. That'd be good. So yeah, Chris Bay beats David Finlay.
Big one.
What's that?
Big one.
Big one, yes.
Now we go backstage. Richie and Willie.
Oh, yeah, I didn't write this one down. What were they? I mean, it's all just prepping for tonight, which becomes the main event. But
because they were okay with losing at Emergence because they weren't the ones pinned. Because remember, Rhino got pinned. Well, you didn't see it. So Rhino got pinned for VBD. So that's why they're getting a match without a third team tonight in the main event.
Oh, okay.
Then another Bound. Well, this is our first Bound for Glory commercial of 2. I think we get Saturday, October 23rd, Las Vegas. Site to be determined. Take that for what you will. But where else would they go? Because they've only gone to one location during the Anthem era. So I would say that's pretty solid to go with. But I was saying it during the reaction show. Announced today, AEW running Orlando that same day. As of now, Chris Jericho's cruise shoveling off the port during this as well. So a lot of AEW talent not going to be available if everything holds. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Maybe we'll get Brian Cage.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes mild. That's Brian Cage. You cut one promo on you being a decent Impact World Champion. You forever pilloried on this show, pal. Fuck off. Your run was shit. Now you're fucking done, dude. Every time his name comes up, he's gonna get fucking roasted on this show. Brian Cage, you not better.
No, who better? Everybody.
Everybody better.
You're right, though. It's tough to watch, to hear anything from Brian Cage now and not think of like a commercial like this.
Hey, Impact Wrestling. It's great to be here tonight.
That's who he is forever. He's the dude on one of those commercials forever. But which is better than what he was before, which was totally forgettable.
That kind of made them stop doing them.
That was the one, yeah.
Because it was like Access TV's like, no, we're done with these.
If Brian Cage didn't have that, though, he wouldn't have anything because he's completely forgettable. So, other than he dresses up like a child, I mean, but he's really not that memorable. Anyways, enough about Brian Cage.
The real fans will always have Lucha Underground Brian Cage. That was the best Brian Cage.
That was by far the best Brian Cage.
Yeah.
House of Hardcore Brian Cage, very good too. Honestly, like a lot of indie Brian Cage is very good. Like that's one thing AEW didn't do him any favors.
Yeah, right.
Or he was bad here too. And he got even worse when he went there.
He was good up and through his X Division run, his World Championship run, which was marred by injuries. Was an issue.
And that's just bad booking too. You know, it's like if he's going to be injured that much, pull it.
Yeah, he should have never had that strap that whole time.
No. All right, so next we're going on to Christian Cage.
Oh wait, we got one more backstage.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Josh
write
Alexander is backstage.
Oh, that's right. He puts out an open challenge.
Yeah,
right.
And talking about his matchup with Jake something. And next week he's going to issue an open challenge. Yeah, and he welcomes all former X Division champions to step up to him. So we're getting X Division title match next week. Josh Alexander versus a former X Division champion. So stay tuned.
That leaves it very open. Very open. I like that. I really like the way they put that.
Yeah. I mean, if I
if
I had to throw a vote in there, I'd say AJ Styles. I'm just saying, you know.
Hey, speaking of, Uncle Alan showed up in Vegas for the Talking Shop podcast.
What?
He was with the Good Brothers.
No way.
Really?
Way.
Like the episode that just came out on Sunday? I haven't listened to that one.
You should take a listen. I don't know if it made. I assume it made the episode. But yeah,
Interesting.
Oh,
He wasn't a guest. He didn't sit with them the whole time.
No, I think he was just there for a period. Okay. But he will be back. Oh yes, he will be back.
I'd like to think that he would at least do some kind of final stint in Impact Wrestling. I mean, it's, he may not have parted in the best of terms, but I mean, things have changed so much, as far as fan base, who's running it, all that stuff. It's got to happen, right?
It will happen. Don't even worry about it.
We cross our fingers on that one.
Yeah, it's still a couple of years from now, but it's going to happen.
He can leave almost, where he's at. That whatever. So, so yeah, Christian Cage in the ring, still champ, and now there's going to be some varied opinions on this one. I was a little surprised. I had no qualms that we were going to get Ace Austin. That's what the main event is already set, because he is the new number one contender.
It's been a bangorama,
right? So, but who comes out to talk with Christian Cage? Tommy,
young boy Thomas Streamer.
Sadly, understood about half of that.
Right? Yeah.
Half of that. That's an understatement.
Right. Well, he comes out and he really puts over Christian Cage here, which some of us watching this would be like, well, why is he doing that? Well, we know this just from our own crew on this podcast.
We're doing it because of people like on our podcast and our listeners here.
There are varied opinions as far as Christian Cage being the next world champion for Impact Wrestling, who beat Kenny Omega. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's the greatest thing next to, sliced bread. I was shocked when it happened. I figured it would happen because I'm like, well, there's no way that Christian is going to lose twice to Kenny Omega. He's going to beat him at least one of those two times. And if he is going to beat him one of those two times, it's going to be for the Impact World Championship. That being said, and I know it was specifically, it's just one more reason for Trent not to watch. Trent has been very critical on a lot of the stuff going on in Impact lately. I think down deep inside he still loves it, but the booking lately and just stuff going on and big picture wise, it's not his cup of tea. Especially stuff like this, when you've had all these guys busting their ass on this roster, Sammy, everyone,
Josh Alexander,
Moose, everyone busting their ass.
Deanna.
Against,
I was just going to say that.
Well, okay.
Deanna versus Kenny, make it fucking happen.
Right. Well, all right. That's settle down, guy. But
what? You don't think Deanna could beat Kenny? J-Bone, come on, man. That's our fucking knockouts champion. There is not a wrestler in this world
Lish could beat Kenny.
Oh, come on.
Oh, fuck. I love Lish and everything.
Lish is
hardcore. She's hardcore.
She is hardcore.
She's hardcore, but damn. I mean, come on. This is Kenny Omega.
Kenny wouldn't know what to do with Lish. Come on.
Kenny, by God, Omega. I mean, he'd probably toss it around like that blow-up doll.
He can beat a blow-up doll. He can't beat a TNA knockout.
Look at Lakers fishing around for information. Is Trent going to be on later? Like maybe after it gets dark?
Well, he already has the show. We already teased it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually not – it's not happening anymore. He already –
Okay.
Oh, did he cancel Backstage Boys?
Yeah. He said, take your time, guys. Backstage Boys is going to just go after the weekend on – what do you say, Monday?
I think Phil's not liking my shouts on Kenny Omega and CM Punk lately.
But
I like Kenny Omega, the wrestler.
So there's an audience that loves Christian Cage and appreciates him being back, and there's an audience that really does not. I mean, I'm sure they love Christian Cage, they just don't want him to be champion. They wanted someone in Impact to beat Kenny Omega. And that's understandable. We love we love this roster. We know they're one of the hardest working rosters in the biz. And when you see something like that happen, it just kind of makes you scratch your head like, okay, why are we doing this? Like, I get the whole Christian Cage, Kenny Omega feud that's going on AEW, but, it just, it gets twisted up in the Impact thing, and I don't know. It just feels like there's unfinished business with Kenny Omega now. But
Yes.
Not that I want him to come back and beat Christian Ford.
Hush your mouth.
I don't want that. I'm just saying. But I still have a bad feeling because there's
Kenny's gonna beat the fucking brakes off of Christian Cage and All Out and take that fucking Impact World title back. Is what's gonna happen, so that somebody from Impact can take it from Kenny. This story isn't Christian Cage's story.
But you gotta look at. Hold on. This is what's the longest story going on? Eddie and Sammy is pretty long going, but Moose versus TNA is maybe the longest term storyline going. Moose versus Christian for the belt. That's the closure of the Moose versus TNA storyline.
But Christian already retired the TNA
title. A TNA guy that he would be for the world title. That also intersects with EC3. He controlled the narrative. Remember, then now a new title christened by Christian would be Moose's big prize.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, you'll make Dave Meltzer happy, but for the true TNA Impact fan, I think most of them care. I think more of them care about Christian Cage. I know that's the debate and that's why Tommy Dreamer cut this promo, because he's trying to put that over for the people that had doubts, that wanted to be like, it had to be Kenny or else.
Right.
This was why you got Tommy Dreamer tonight.
Right. So it's trying to calm down the naysayers. Right. Yeah, and I get that. I get it.
But I don't get that him putting himself in a possible world title match. That's where I got lost by Tommy. It's one thing to put him over. It's another thing to then and by the way, let me intersect myself into this. Well, I guess that was the way to make him why he came out. He wanted a shot at him as well, but he could have just put him over and left. Anthem authority.
It's one thing to say, hey, I'd like to face you down the road because like I said during the watch along, during the live reaction. Let's be real here. Tommy Dreamer has only so many bumps left on his bump card. And if he has a chance to get back in a ring with an old brother like Christian, hey, make it happen. That's fine. I have no qualms about that. But don't make it about the title. And they're making it about the title now because now Tommy is facing Ace Austin next week. And if Tommy wins, he's getting thrown in the main event of Victory Road of Christian versus Ace Austin, which will become a 3-way versus Tommy Dreamer for the Impact World title. And I'm like, okay. Now you're really making a tense situation here for the fans that are like really like they appreciate Christian Cage being the babyface, taking the title off of Kenny, but now the diehards that have been salivating for a moment to see Ace Austin get this chance, now you're going to throw Tommy in here, and it's like, oh, damn it. Because now I'm all in on Ace Austin. I'm excited for this. And I don't want to see Tommy fuck this up. Mark, what do you think about this?
I'd be excited for Ace if I thought he had any chance in this. Dreamer being interjected into this, I don't like it.
But see, that's the thing. If Ace beats Tommy, that just legit gets him one step closer. If Ace can beat a legend like Tommy, then it's like, well, if he can beat Tommy, right?
No, I don't think Tommy carries any kind of real mystique anymore in the ring. He should have left it with that great match he had with Rich. That should have been it. Like Tommy Dreamer's worn out his welcome in the ring, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm finally at that point. I've backed Tommy in the ring all the way up through the Rich match, which was fantastic. I know he can still go if he has the time to prepare and the motivation to do it, but I really don't see why he's being wedged into this angle. It takes away. I mean, I know you're gonna get a tag match out of it, and you're gonna get Fulton some time in the ring, which is I'm happy for that. But overall, it muddles up and it clutters this unnecessarily. Especially if Alicia mentioned last week her theory that they're going to feed mid-carders to Christian Cage before eventually somebody takes it from him, which is a good theory. I like it, but Dreamer doesn't fit that.
No mid-carder though.
No, I agree, but he is seen as a mid-carder right now because he's not in a main event push and hasn't been for a while. Like, he's more of a middle of the pack dude.
Buying his time, like Moose.
I agree. I love Ace, but Dreamer doesn't fit that mold. Is my point. Dreamer just doesn't fit. He doesn't fit here. I'm not a fan of this.
No, it's
whoa, Justin! Oh my goodness!
Oh, Justin! Thank you, Justin. Fuck, you rule, Justin.
Well, Justin, if you have a flight request, or
Justin's got to go
if
work
you want
his ass
J-Bone
off.
to come over and give you a massage, let us know,
dude. So Justin is in the middle of what is it? I think 7 or 8 days in a row without a day off, like working fucking 5 a.m. shifts and shit. J-Bone, hop in your jam and get on over to Illinois and hook Justin up with a mean foot rub.
Wait, what? Okay, just everybody.
Hold on, calm down, just breathe.
Thank you, Justin. I'm a party tomorrow like it's 1999. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I'll tell you what, J-Bone, if you do it, you can play Cult of Personality in the background.
It's gonna take a few beers too. Damn it. I mean, I ain't that easy. Shit. I walked away from that life a long time ago. I'm still somebody's favorite slut out there, damn it. All right. So yeah, kind of a mess with this whole Ace Austin, Christian Cage, Tommy Dreamer thing. But hey, if you're an Ace Austin fan, I'm all in on Ace Austin,
Absolutely.
He beats Tommy next week, and that just boosts him even more, in my personal podcasting opinion, towards Christian Cage. I mean, he beat 3 other people in that 4-way at Emergence, which I still have not watched. Which no, but
he won.
But I know he won. The highlights were great on BTI. Thank you, BTI. Crew is awesome. Everybody looking fabulous.
Just the Tommy Dreamer thing, though, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and I love Tommy.
Me too. We all do. We say it every time.
We all love Tommy. But
Tommy would even say, up until a year or two ago, I never win matches. Like, these are direct quotes from Tommy. Like, I never win. Like, that was his thing. Like, he puts people over. That was Tommy Dreamer. Other than real early ECW, like late Raven feud on, it's like put people over. That was his thing, and that's what he's still doing. But it's going to happen because that's just what Tommy does.
That's the thing. Dreamer's presence almost takes the unpredictability out of the match because you know.
Except maybe that one time where he doesn't. So that's maybe he does get it over. Because remember, there were people I didn't think that there was a chance of him going over Rich Swann, but there were people
in that match.
And I'm not going to name names that thought he was going to go over.
There was a brief second in time where Tommy Dreamer,
and that's all it takes.
That was the magic.
You can do it.
And you know what? That was the moment that I said he should have retired because he showed that he still had that magic inside of him. But you're putting it in. There's not going to be magic in a 3-way Impact Plus special where he's wedged into a main event for a title belt. That's not where the magic's going to happen.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like. It. There was more of a storyline. The birthday, the Swan song.
Yeah. And they had those great documentaries that they cut ahead of time for those. This is a totally different landscape for Dreamer being on television again.
And what the hell is up with Dreamer's hair? Jiminy Christmas.
It's like mine.
He was on. But do you have a double? That's one.
No, that's one.
It's just one. Yeah.
You gotta have that
no.
too.
No. I don't have the other one. No. Just the double up top.
Double party in the back. I mean, what are we calling that? I mean,
the Road Warrior animal. It is. It's almost like Road Warrior, right? Because that's how he originally.
This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, that too. That's
true story.
All right, so then we got Violent by Design. Eric Young not happy with Rhino. Rhino looking very sad. I didn't catch.
He's looking more than sad, J-Bone.
He's looking pretty like
Pathetic.
Yeah, look exactly. He's looking like somebody shot his dog. Damn, you know.
He took the loss, man.
Yeah, he did. He did, and they showed.
And I'll tell you, he's lucky that this guy. If you thought Eric thought he looked pathetic.
Oh God, Joe, Big Bad Joe.
You know what I had to do against Doc? You know how I felt? Not good.
How's it hanging, Joe?
Rhino. You son of a bitch. I want my belt back.
They're gonna, Rhino's. You know, they're probably gonna corner Rhino and be like,
Is it Odark? Because he's also owes my money?
and that's when you know Rhino's in for it.
He's going to be owing a lot more than money.
Rhino was looking very guilty, like a sad puppy that knew he had gotten into the trash can or something like that. And I've never seen Rhino look like that. Usually, he just looks like he's going to murder somebody. Totally different look.
Like he pooped in the wrong room or something. Huh?
He did not look like War Machine Rhino.
No.
Sad Rhino. I'll say this.
Could be bologna sandwich Rhino.
No. J-Bone's told that story. I don't want him to be that one.
No, that Rhino was like euphoric and goofy as fuck. Because
was it like Perry Saturn Moppy? It was like that shit.
Worse. Because it was just him sitting next to Heath. You know, it was like there's all these tag teams in the ring, and there's Rhino because it's like a big gathering get together of all the tag teams, and they're having a meeting with someone that was leading it. I forget. And there's Rhino who took the platter of the little bologna sandwiches. He's just sitting there and just eating all the bologna sandwiches with this look on his face like he just died and went to heaven. It's like, God damn, killing this tag team. Oh man, it's just destroying a legend like Rhino. Unbelievable.
Poor Rhino.
I know. It's like that's why he left. Like it's like, no, I'm not re-signing with you. You're gonna have me on TV eating fucking bologna sandwiches. No, the guy wants to wrestle. Win or lose, the guy wants to wrestle. So pathetic. That's pathetic. You want to know what pathetic is. So we'll see what happens with Rhino. I'm not sure where this is going. I don't know if this is going to lead to the exit of Rhino and the reunification of Rhino and Heath. If Heath is returning soon, I mean, Heath is doing better. He's doing these little updates. You know, he's getting there. Taylor Wilde versus the three. Madison Rain, Tennille Dashwood, and Caleb with a K. Poor Taylor Wilde. Just couldn't handle the numbers.
It's a numbers game.
It seriously was a numbers game here. I mean, she got in some okay offense here and there. She almost beat Caleb right off the bat before the girls even got in the ring.
Oh, it's Caleb with a K.
Looking like, I mentioned that already.
Joel Gardner. He thinks he's the quintessential stud muffin.
Oh God, no! I wouldn't even give it that. It's just
Gardner used to get his ass beat, though. To be fair, like he took some fucking punches and hits and bumps, and that dude was a trooper, man. I loved Gardner when I was like 19 or whatever, 20 years old.
Hey, as long as Caleb's having fun, I mean, seriously, you know, to come out there and just be goofy as shit. Looking like this with the pink hair and the bow tie and the neck brace and the sparkles, God bless him. You know, we love him. We love him.
He's doing great work. Yeah.
He is. As far as like a manager type, like old school heel doing stuff to help the ladies, and that's something you don't see.
Well, he's a valet that can work a full match.
Oh, sure.
It's perfect. I love his character.
And he makes it look believable, like he can't do shit.
Yeah.
But he's down pound for pound, probably one of the best wrestlers on the roster.
He works intergender really well, which I'm personally, again, I know we've been through this, but I love the sprinkle of intergender that we're getting every week, and I love the way they're doing it. If you have the stories to do it, I am one of those people who's fully on board. So I love this shit, and they're doing it well. They've got a talent like Caleb that can work across the roster. All the women can work the men, as far as I know, in this company at this point. Like I think I've seen every single one of them work intergender. So it's a really great setup they're working with here. I like it a lot. I was expecting to see the Iconics here, but that didn't happen. So yeah. I was a little bit bummed. I mean, I know I can't count on it, but
that would have been too sweet, right?
Yeah, I was really expecting to see the Iconics here. Damn it!
Well, you saw a team for now before that heel turn, but
the
Jordan and her biggest fan, Rachel Ellering, best friends forever. Team
Nothing
BFF.
Against them, but that was so disappointing, though. I really wanted it to be the Iconics.
Well, they keep teasing that. This is now multiple times, like from Slammiversary on, they've been teasing.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's just a matter of time before they do show up, because there's been like now 3 instances where you're like, oh, they're going to show up. Yes. They're going to show up. It makes too much sense. They're like writing in for when they actually will show up, but they keep leaving it in there. It's like, oh yeah, no.
Right. I mean, if you're getting photos taken in Nashville just a couple weeks ago or whatever that was, I mean, come on. It's got to happen, right?
I thought it was going to be. It has to happen. I tell you what, they're doing a great job. Just kind of like what AEW did with CM Punk. Like I am expecting the fucking Iconics to be here at some point. Like in my mind, it's a done deal. I don't know shit. Maybe it's not, but like I'm just waiting for the day. So
right,
inspiration. Thank you, Mayor.
It's a perfect fit for the women's tag division to help boost it up. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, all these free agent women are going to go to AEW." Oh,
not if you see what they're doing with their fucking women over there.
Someone like Ruby Riott could go over there, or Ruby Soho, whatever they're calling her now. To help boost that division is fine. But if you're going to pick a tag team to go someplace, it's got to be Impact, in my opinion. Yeah. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Gary. Thank you. Killer Kelly is also back in the States. Hopefully.
Yeah, buddy. Bring on Killer Kelly. Her and Deanna are already tweeting back and forth. So fuck yeah.
Yeah. So that's we'll say that's in the can. Hopefully.
Hope so. Bill knows he's not talking though, and I don't want him to. So. We'll see.
Yeah, somebody was front row a few times. Yeah. Then Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering come to the rescue, which I think that means we're getting a 3-on-3 next week. I think so. Yeah, we're an hour and a half in. Where you been, fella? Jeez,
hour and a half.
This is horrible.
I'm actually keeping this train on the track. I mean, we only talked about CM Punk once. Jeez.
I almost threw another comment up about CM Punk just to give you an opening, but didn't. I will next time, though.
Okay.
Let's move past this match, though, because this shit is dope. The next thing is dope. This segment was awesome.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, this really was an eye-opener. We got by God, Gia Miller backstage with Brandy Lauren. And Lauren, whatever.
Yes, Brandy Lauren. The story. Let's just call her Smoke Show because we need to reissue that name anyways.
The new Smoke Show. Ooh,
yeah, hell yeah, she's the new Smoke Show.
Careful with that.
Forget the old Smoke Show.
Yes, who was the old Smoke Show? They already forgot about her up north anyways. So we got our new one now.
They buried that one along with her soon-to-be hubby, Jimmy.
They gone.
Yeah. So they're talking in front of the what we call the typical backstage area. You got the 3 Trons screens behind them, saying Impact Wrestling with the regular lighting, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get some flickering, and the background lighting changes, and the words Sue Young appear across all 3 TVs, and it happened like so matter of fact. All of a sudden, it was like, oh man, it felt like it almost gave you chills watching it.
Yeah, it gave you chills like
back.
Oh, on audio, it's just silent right there.
Yeah, right.
Wait, what? What's fucking happening right here?
We'll do ominous music.
This segment was fucking okay. This segment was dopish. I wish Alicia was here. Not for the part where,
go ahead.
Yeah, not for the part where I talk about how hot Brandy Loren is, because she is smoking hot. But man, Kimber and Sue in this scene, like fucking abducting her, and Kimber applying Sue's finisher, and this whole thing is so cool. The lighting, Gia like recognizing it was coming and telling Brandy to run. The way they worked it into the segment, like. Yeah, she's also on OnlyFans, Brandy Loren / Brandy Loren. You're
going to give us an update on that news there, Mark? Should we break that news?
I haven't signed up yet. Tasha started
the OnlyFans news?
OnlyFans news. Tasha started one on my birthday. Brandy Loren has one. She's now in Impact. So Impact is slowly.
I hear it's a new place for fitness.
Yes, fitness destination.
No. Well, they were going to change it to not have certain content, but they realized, well, that's silly, and are not going to do that, and anyone can do whatever they want on there. So,
they changed their mind now.
Well, yeah. Supposedly they weren't going to get financing from banks, but the bank said what does the bank say, J-Bo?
The banks say free the Tata.
We came here for a lot of money.
There we go. Free the Tatas. All right. So
anyways, killer segment. The way they're keeping Sue. I like how Sue's character is slowly taking control of Kimber's movements and like puppeteering her, almost as if like Sue doesn't want to fight the fight herself or can't fight the fight herself. So she's recruiting probably Brandy Loren, I'm guessing. I don't know what that was. I'm guessing because that's what happened with Kimber. So I'm just kind of following the same train of thought, right? She pulled Kimber into that room, and then the next time we saw Kimber, she was the Kimber we know now.
Right.
So if that keeps happening and we get the bride situation back again, right?
Yeah, if she's it's going to be one or the other. So we didn't see that with Kiera Hogan. I mean, we certainly could, but for what we know, she's gone from Impact Wrestling now. Not saying that she can't come back.
You know what? I don't know what's going on. I would not be surprised to see Kiera Hogan again in the not so distant future. I'm not saying I'm expecting it, but whatever she's doing, she's playing her shit close to the chest. She's showing up everywhere, and she's doing it smart. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kiera in the right situation, even if it's just for a storytelling purpose, cross-brand. Kiera seems to be very open right now.
We'll see. The future's open for her. So whatever happens, I just hope I hope she finds what she's looking for.
Is that your second U2 reference tonight?
Maybe.
J-Bone going to the book of
the Joshua Tree.
That's right.
Great album. So great segment. It's going to be interesting to see if this is just them getting rid of Brandy Loren, like she was just in for a cup of coffee, and this is a funny, scary way to get rid of her. Like, okay, this is how we write her off because she was only here for a little bit. Because it builds Kimberly and Sue Young's storyline, and it also progresses it with, okay, stealing another soul. That's the thing here. But so we have to wait and see, does Brandy Loren come back as a bride, or is she just exited?
I think maybe it's not bride. Maybe I shouldn't even bring that back up because this is a different Sue, different makeup, different approach, different surrounding elements. Maybe it's different, but it does look to be going that way. That's why I did mention it, at least in terms of gathering like an army
Right. Yeah, building that presence again, which I really became a fan of Su Yung when she used to come out there with all the zombie brides, and they would drag, a coffin out there, and then they pick it up and they take it back and they'd stumble back. Oh man, that whole thing, and then the fog, that whole present, whether it was a cinematic moment or on the stage in front of live fans, it was all gold. It made me a huge Su Yung fan. Love her.
Same.
So yeah, we'll have to wait. This is a growing story with Kimberly, and she's stealing souls for Su Yung, which is going to make Su Yung more powerful as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. We get a flashback that I mentioned this briefly earlier. Is Christian Cage defending his NWA title back, I'm guessing 2005, 2006-ish. I forget what year that was. 2005?
2006.
Was it 2006? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was close.
Destination X.
That's okay. I thought I saw that poster in the background. I didn't know if that was what the pay-per-view was or what. But yeah, versus Monty Brown. And we briefly touched on that earlier, talking about Monty Brown trademarking or copyrighted, whatever it's called.
Trademark.
Is trademarking his name for merch. So, look for that coming sometime. I don't know if it's going to be just Pro Wrestling Tees.
Give us Monty Brown.
Or if it's, he's going to come back. I don't know.
He's the alpha male. He can do whatever he wants.
But he's still in incredible shape. I just don't know if he's in ring shape. There's a big difference there.
Big time.
But
Goldberg's never been in ring shape in his entire career.
I wouldn't say that.
2/3 of his career.
Big dude.
2/3 of his career.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to be the one to walk up to Goldberg and tell him that he was never? My goodness.
Not personally.
That's writing your death sentence right there.
Not personally.
Ken Shamrock could kick his ass though.
Absolutely. Shamrock would, probably hurt him real bad.
But yeah, I can't wait. If that means that we're getting Monty Brown in any way, shape, or form, I'll take it. Hall of Fame, quick cup of coffee, something. I'll take it. We miss Monty Brown. We love him. Love him on the throwbacks. I'm assuming he's going to come back on the throwbacks pretty soon.
Ooh, actually, does he come back at the end of the Asylum?
I'm not sure.
They're in Orlando when they get there. So.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah,
so he might be maybe near the end, but it's probably more when they go to Florida.
Yeah, the only big things I really remember from the end of Asylum when I was actually watching was like we get another Killings run and Jeff Hardy shows up at some point. I remember those being big moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all right, so what we got next here? We got Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Laying out the challenge. Chelsea Green doesn't pull any punches here. My goodness, this chick.
Not with that wrist.
Yeah. She's lays out the challenge for Rohit Raju and Shira to face herself and her man, Matt Cardona. And she pulls her hair away from in front of her, and the shirt is just like her man says, "I'm always ready." So, very interesting that we're getting this match.
I like it. I love the intergender sprinkling.
Intergender.
I love it.
I like it too. Just knowing that she is hurt, it makes me nervous.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little less believable because the injury is real, but they have a lot of story set up for this, so I'm completely fine with the match happening. I'm guessing Cardona is going to work most of it anyways, and it's going to be fairly short. But they have not done us wrong in an intergender match since Homecoming. Every single one of them has been good, including the ones leading up to Homecoming. So until they give me a reason to doubt it, I'm going to continue to be excited for all the intergender stuff they're doing, and they haven't given me any negatives yet.
Yeah, this is true. Mark, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, Bill, excuse me.
What the fuck, J-Bone? You want me to give you more? God, okay, well, Matt Cardona looks like a star. Like, when he came over, I was like, this dude looks like a fucking champion. bronzer. He's bigger than you would expect. He was standing toe to toe with Mob Shearer, and I was like, "Fuck, Cardona's really big." And then Chelsea Green, I didn't know a lot about her. I knew she was 3-year-old Vanessa, and I liked her fucking gimmick. But I do know that after the eBay thing, dude, Hershey broke $1,200. I was like, "Fuck, she's super over." The podcast, fucking Major Brothers, Myers. I had no fucking idea. Fucking big time. Sign these guys. Boom. Yeah, Chelsea Green. Let's do more intergender shit.
Which one's Jay?
Would you let Mark talk already? All right, Bill, go ahead.
No. Obviously, I'm a Cardona fan. I like Matt. I think he's bringing eyes to the product. I think Chelsea, same thing, are coming back. I think it's good. Sadly, I know Mark just brought it up. The eBay auction, it's back on. The jabroni didn't pay.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get
Rachel
almost
too.
the same amount. Yeah, and Rachel too. So somebody was jumping on there being like, ooh, let me put these bids up and be fake about it. So
dude, fake bidders are the worst. That shit's it's a bullshit thing to do as sellers. It's abusing the system. Don't be a dipshit. Like, just don't fucking bid. If you don't have the money, that's fine, but don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. So, but I'm sure we'll get up there again. That's no problem with Chelsea there. But no, I'm glad to see them. And I know a lot of people, especially because he's a big friend of the show, Rohit. Like to give him a lot of grief in person, but this being in a Cardona storyline, especially right now on social media with him as GCW champion and all the stuff he's doing with Pabst Blue Ribbon and all, he's over like Rover right now. So to be in a storyline with him, that's a push. So good for Rohit. So I think this is going to be interesting. And Shira, who, once again, I got to say, he's looking as good as we've ever seen him in Impact. So 100%. This is the start of the Shira. Like I said, it's going to be slow. It's probably a 22 thing. Maybe they're back traveling to the UK, maybe India again by then. That's where you maybe see the Shira Championship culminate.
Ooh.
I'll tell you
go back to India, and if Shira's on this trajectory, he's winning gold.
You said that 2 years ago, you'd have been laughed out of the room. But Shira, again,
I said 6 months ago when I was laughed at.
Yeah. But at least he was showing improvement already 6 months ago. In the last year, this man has come so far.
Kudos to OVW. And I said it before, kudos to the Performance Center.
Yeah. And all the kudos in the world to Mob Ali Shira, who clearly wanted to improve and get better.
He was around for years, but this is really where you've seen some marked improvement.
Well, and you remember the last time that we were talking about him before he took a long hiatus pre-COVID, our big complaint was that a lot of the work he was doing in the ring did not look safe. That's gone. Like, those mistakes are no longer present. And that was the big, I think, kind of hesitancy for us to get on board with Shira kind of in general, was that he really wasn't quite ready yet. He just wasn't. It wasn't his fault. He wasn't ready.
Right.
Now he is. And this is a great spot for him. I agree. You're working with Cardona.
That's a guy that when they first got him, like, he had no experience at all. Like ring kakai, like that was it. That was his first experience wrestling. So even though that was like, you're talking back to like the the teens, like 14, 15.
Wow.
He really wasn't. That was the beginning of his journey wrestling. And you hear a lot of these guys that start making it now, that's 10 years on the indies. He just did it in front of our eyes this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's quietly become a very competent performer. And he's just getting better.
He is. I'm glad he's been back this past however much of this last year it's been, and that he's that people are willing to work with him, like, Al Snow and OVE and those guys are giving him some time to work with. And it's all love for him, and he can only get better, right? So I guess we're seeing that next week. That is definitely on the card. Then that brings us to the main event: Good Brothers versus Mac and Swan. This was a very good tag match. Because by the time we got to the end of the show, what I thought was going to be the main event, like, shocked me in the beginning. And then I was like, well, what the hell's the main event? I forgot we were getting this match. Now, this was not for the title, but Well, you guys just fill in the blanks.
J-Bone's tired. He's had a long day.
We got to let the men themselves fill in the blanks.
It smells like beer, sweat, self-tanner, and baby oil, brother.
Thank you, good brothers.
Bell's boy actually kind of summed up where I'm at. I was saying this to a friend offline earlier, that I think that, and I've said it on here, and I know we've discussed this here and there, but Mac and Swan were ready for their tag run when Rich Swann got hurt at that event here in Texas a couple of years ago. And now that Rich has had a world title run, Willie's had his X Division run, I do believe they're ready again. Willie desperately needed direction before they started tagging again anyways. This has been a very good thing for Willie Mack, in my opinion.
He's so athletic, man. He's so good. Like, he's just like organic good.
You know what the thing is about Willie, though? Like, I love the realness of his character, but he almost needs a foil because his character, while it's very real and very chill, it's not very dynamic. Rich Swann is nothing but dynamite. And so together, they're like the perfect combination. I don't see them getting these belts off of the Good Brothers, unfortunately. I wish they would, but it definitely not right now. It seems to be they're going back all in on the Good Brothers at this moment. But I don't know. I would love to see them move those belts to Mac and Swan. Also, BV Elite has to be the worst fucking chant I have ever heard. And that's, if you're doing that chant, if you're doing that chant, fucking stop. It sounds terrible. It sounds fucking terrible on TV. Like, that's a horrible chant.
The Young Bucks and Cody told you it was cool.
It's weird. It's weird in this atmosphere.
I don't like it on Dynamite either. Like, it's the way, I don't know. It's that chant. The Elite. It doesn't have any kind of flow, or I don't know. Plus, you're right, in this environment, J-Bone, I do take it as an enemy's chant, so there's that aspect of it as well.
Coming on our lawn.
Yeah, there is that aspect as well.
Yeah. Although, now, I hate to say it, but she wanted to be heard right now. I'm going to let her be heard.
Whose uncle is this? If the 80s don't come back and get their uncle for real.
She's like, why didn't you